every year, no matter what. Just stop the growth. You don't have to fire anybody. Let the attrition work its way. People retire, whatever, assign them some more workloads, or just stop doing things. Maybe we don't need the government to be doing everything that it does. But that's the start. If they can't all agree to that, what the hell is wrong with the Republicans? I'm sick and tired of Mitch McConnell not taking care of business. Mitch, we gave you the House, we gave you the Senate, we gave you the presidency. Use 51 votes for crying out loud. 51 votes. The Democrats would have screwed us if it was them in charge right now. They would have said enough is enough because they're that desperate. And so it's time to say enough is enough on our side. 51 votes, all legislation, that's it. You don't like it, too bad, because the Democrats will be done if we enact the Trump agenda. I'm telling you, it'll be done. You don't have to worry about them coming back.
Yeah, and Linda mentioned about your rant, that is your current promo about Stabenow. And the latest news there, of course, is Robert Young, former Chief Justice of the Michigan Supreme Court, a constitutionalist that we can get behind, says he's going to announce soon that he's running.
Lena's taking him seriously, isn't she?
Well, I'm going to say this to any Republican candidate. God bless you all. Unless you're in this radio station sitting here with me for an hour, at least once a month, shut up because you're not doing your job. It's not going to, I don't care what your pedigree is. I don't care what your resume is. If you're not getting off your duff and advertising and using free promotions like getting in the Current or getting on the Daily Drift or getting into the Wham Studios to talk on every show we have, you're not doing your job. This is the most conservative radio station in the entire state of Michigan. And anyone that's not in here utilizing us, you're not serious about it. Sit down and stop wasting our time. And I mean that with all sincerity to the Republican Party of Michigan. If you're not going to get in here and spend some time with us, shut up and sit down because you're wasting our time.
It's beginning to be a public health concern. They need to do it or Gary's going to blow a gasket.
Well, they can't. Some of them can't do it because they're empty suits, and Ed knows the candidate I'm talking about.
Yeah,
he was referring to her. We'll give the hint.
Yeah,
attacking Bob Young, trying to label him as a Michigan GOP career insider establishment hack, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, well,
differentiate yourself from Stabenow and say, while you are the best candidate. If you're going to have to attack another candidate, you should try to abide by Reagan's 11th commandment as a candidate.
Yes.
Let your underlings do it. You shouldn't do it. It's a low road, low class, and I'm just going to come out and say it. Sorry, Lena, you will never, ever have my support.
No, yeah, I'm with you. All right, Joe, well, I appreciate the call, man. Good as always.
See you, Joe.
Take care.
Take care. You too. Love you too. Bye. And let's take a call from Dennis in, Tom from Detroit. Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, yeah. But we were talking about the Koran, and I got too much stuff to talk about, but I wanted to point one thing out. According to intelligence services, with practice in warfare and what have you, disinformation, it has to be at least 60% true to have any hope at all of your enemy believing it. So going by that maxim that the Quran, and I've read it, it has to be at least 60% true or true scripture. So whoever did write it, definitely was an intelligent individual, whether they piggybacked on other religions. I noticed when I read it, it's kind of the same old story with the, if you're bad, you're going to go in this eternal burning hell, and if you're good, you're going to have these, all these rewards, and I mean, people are going to believe what they want to believe. And
well, there you go. That's true.
Yeah. Tom, I'll tell you this. By the time I got done reading it, what my thought was? This dude saw what Jesus did and said, that's a great scam. I'm going to try that. And whipped out this thing and put it together and sold it as a package of good. He was selling swampland in the middle of Saudi Arabia. And it worked, right? It worked.
Yeah, it's mind. It's a form of mind control where you get groups of people to go with your agenda. If you can make it 80% true, and then have 20% that's your own agenda that you would have never got over on people, well, you're way ahead of the game.
Does that explain Dianetics?
I used to read L. Ron Hubbard's satire, and I'll tell you what, I really had a lot of respect for that guy as an author of satire. I read his Mission Earth series and Battlefield Earth, and I think he was murdered by the Church of Scientology for he had all his possessions in there to get around the IRS, and I think they killed him.
Terrible. I don't even want to go there. However, great call, Tom. I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks for taking my call.
You got it. Take care. How about Dennis from the Willow Run Tea Party? Go ahead, Dennis. What do you got to say?
Hey, I'm glad to be on your show.
Hey, Dennis.
Ed and I were talking the other day. How you doing, Ed? And I think a big misunderstanding about the phrase Allah Akbar and the difference between Allahu Akbar is very important to understand the difference. And when they say Allahu Akbar, what they are doing is actually doing a thing called Shahada. And Shahada is bearing witness. And when they bear witness, you'll see the radical Wahhabis, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, the Saudi Arabian Sunni sect, will be having their finger pointing toward the sky with a severed head on a fence behind them, or riding in a military vehicle, conquering, with their finger up, saying they're proclaiming the oneness of God. Now, that's Shahada, that's Allahu Akbar, that God has no partners. And this is so important for us to understand that the Wahhabist, Al-Qaeda, ISIS movement, which is the originalist of Islam, is saying that Jesus Christ is a liar because Allah has no partners. And if you claim to be a Christian, you are what they call S-H-I-R-K, shirk, and your head is to be severed. That is how they get to heaven. And if they die doing it, they are martyred. They get the 72 virgins, plus they get credits for their family. Now, this is something that we need to understand. So many people want to make this a docile-type proclamation by saying, Allah Akbar, God is great. That is nowhere near what they're saying.
Wow.
They're saying, Allahu Akbar, and your God is a liar. Jesus Christ is not a partner of God, and will kill you if you say you are. And that's what Islam is.
Wow. Yeah,
Okay,
we just have the best listeners, don't we?
Yep.
I get an education when I come in here.
Yep.
And I don't have to pay for
Let
it.
me tell you something else. I know time is short. When we say we have moderate Muslims, God bless them, they're not moderate. I mean God bless them. But God bless us to understand who they are. They are not moderate. They are reformers. Yehudi Jasser talks about this. They want to reform Islam. That means it has a form that needs to be reformed. A moderate cannot do that. A moderate is saying we will allow the form of Islam, but we will moderate it. They can't do that. Good luck with that. They better pack a long lunch, a big lunch, because it's going to take a long time.
Yeah, I'm not buying that there's going to be a reform anytime soon at this point, because I'm just not seeing the so-called moderates stand up and shout down or discredit the radical Islamism that seems to be raging across the globe, you know?
They are content to proclaim reform. They don't even proclaim it. They will say we're moderate. But if they will not repudiate Sharia law, they are not reformers.
Excellent.
Right. Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling in and clarifying that, Dennis. I appreciate it. I wasn't doing it justice.
Yeah. All right. Great call, Dennis. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you again. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. So we're coming down. Look at perfect timing. There's the hard break.
Whoa.
Just like
Is there
that.
going to be music any sec?
Yes, right there. Can you hear? You need hearing aids from the hearing clinic, dude.
Oh.
I'm telling you. All right. We'll see you.
We saw hearing aids live.
We'll see you on the other side of the break. You're on the drift.
People People are always on the go, driving to work, running errands. How do they keep informed? They listen to Wham Talk 1600 just like you. If you're a business owner, your message can reach these people wherever their travels take them. People tune to Wham Radio for the latest issues, discussed by hosts like Joe Pags, Fayron X, and Dana Lesh. And they'll stay tuned for your message as well. Call 734-971-1600 today and advertise your business with Wham Radio and whamradio.com. Whamradio.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. 1 month after a massive cyber attack which crippled hospitals across Britain, Parliament today announcing it's been hit.
It is being handled by the National Cyber Security Centre, part of the intelligence agency GCHQ, and parliamentary authorities have confirmed that this attack was launched on Friday, part of a sustained effort to gain access to members' accounts.
Mark White with Fox Sister Network Sky News. The Senate GOP healthcare plan, which would fail with more than 2 Republican no votes, so far getting pushback from 5 GOP lawmakers.
There's also a possibility that a few more Republicans could move over to the no column on Monday when the Congressional Budget Office is expected to release its score of what the plan will cost.
Fox's Garrett Tenney, the president, on Twitter this morning slamming Obamacare, saying its costs have shot up 100%. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It's time now for Wham Talk 1600's Community Calendar with Brandon Drake.
The Firing Line Indoor Gun Range and Gun Shop presents their 4th annual Firing Line Barbecue with a mission to raise money for vets. Save the date, September 17th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Firing Line Gun Range. There will be a barbecue dinner, raffles, family shooting events in the indoor gun range, and silent auctions. The cost is $35 for adults, $30 for veterans, $15 for children 13 to 17, and under 12 years old, they get in free. Tickets will be available after July 1st, online or at the Firing Line. Gifts for the silent auction and sponsors are needed. The Firing Line Indoor Gun Range and Gun Shop is located at 33,000 Ford Road in Westland. For more information, visit firinglineguns.com or call 734-326-7320. Calling all rollerbladers, inline skaters, longboarders, and skateboarders. The Southeastern Livingston County Recreation Authority is excited to offer skating at the park Wednesday evenings beginning April 19th through October 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. weather permitting at Meyer Park, 333 Orndorff Drive in Brighton. Come skate, listen to music, and hang with friends while using the full-size lighted hockey rink and circular track with ramps. Helmets required. Other protective gear is highly recommended. $3 for residents, $5 for non-residents. For more information, call 810-299-4140. To review these events and others, you can always visit Wham's website at www.whamradio.com and click on Community Events.
You've been listening to the Wham Community Calendar. To have your event publicized, email community@whamradio.com. Wham Talk 1600. In touch with your community.
Your bridge to recovery and wellness is WellBridge. WellBridge is redefining the rehabilitation and nursing care experience with the most amazing care facilities you've ever seen. All WellBridge locations offer a resort-like atmosphere, and their driving goal is to provide each guest with an epic experience. Here's former patient Evelyn Danielson from Brighton.
When I got into my room, there were happy faces welcoming me. The PT people there peeked around the door the next morning and said, "You're going to walk with us." And I said, "Oh, no, I can't." But I did. They don't push you. They lead you very kindly. And the next thing you know, you're doing it. They have a wonderful attitude.
For rehabilitation and nursing care, ask for something epic. Ask for WellBridge. In Brighton, Fenton, Novi, and Pinckney. Now looking for talented nurses and certified nurse assistants to join their growing team, WellBridge invites everyone to learn more about them at thewellbridgegroup.com. WellBridge, your bridge to recovery and wellness starts here.
It's been 5 years since we met Kelly Brighton, just before her weight loss surgery.
I was almost 300 pounds. Because of the Michigan Bariatric Institute, I've lost the weight. I now have the tools to keep it off. I'm a better mom, I am a better wife, and I'm just a better Kelly Brighton, I think.
Begin your journey. try a free monthly educational seminar at St. Joe's Livingston. Visit stjoeshealth.org/MBI to learn more.